I am very aware right now that by the end of this segment, I may sound like a judgmental douchebag. But I am what I am.
Oh, look at you learning to embrace yourself and all your flaws.
Accountability.
A lot of self-love.
Yes, sir.
All right, so look, first of all, let me premise this by saying that if I didn't have the radio to help me date, I'm guessing I'd still be a virgin. Okay? Right? The radio has put a couple of inches on me. Right? So
Put a couple of zeros in your bank account.
Yeah. So I realized, like, if I walk into a bar, my situation as far as dating goes over the long haul would not be. I have been very privileged because of this job. So recently, I have gotten more DMs from people saying, "Hey, if you ever want to go have a drink, love to have a drink with you." And that's when I say, "Hey, I'm not ready for all that, but hey, thanks so much." But in all honesty, if a woman says to me, "Hey, I'd like to have a drink with you," I might be checking out her profile first, just to see what's out there. All right, just to see what's out there. Here's where the perhaps judgmental part comes in. And I want to ask women what it says to you about other women. Okay, Cass, will you grab a mic also? Oh, you are all women. If a woman has nothing, if she's attractive and has nothing but really made up super hot friends, there's not one average looking friend she has. They are all over the top hot. What does it say to a woman about another woman that only has friends or only posts pictures of her and her hot friend?
That she's hot and has hot friends?
Yeah.
Says nothing else to you.
No.
The only thing I would say is if I check like an Instagram profile and she's hot and all her friends are hot and they all look like influencer hot and she's got like 10 total, it's a scam. That's the only thing. But otherwise, like, hot people hang out with hot people.
First of all, I'm not going to believe they're scams. My ego can't take that. No, these are real people, and it's not influencer type deal, but I certainly have noticed. First of all, it's off-putting to me, to be honest with you. I don't know if it says that there feels like a level of superficiality that you would only surround yourself with women that are as equally hot as you, or you will only post them. So maybe I'm looking too far into it, and maybe it's a dude's perspective different from a woman's perspective.
But that's assuming that they have unhot friends that they aren't posting.
There are none on their...
But
I mean, if I'm one of their friends, hold on, let's go down this road. If I'm one of their friends and I'm not as hot as the other and she's posting a ton of pictures, but I'm never in them, then I'm offended.
You should be. No, but that's what I'm saying. You're making the assumption that this person has unhot friends. If I'm looking at your feed, I'm assuming those are your friends and those are your friends. Now, if I know you and know you have other friends who aren't as hot and you never post them, well, then, yeah, that's sus. But otherwise, that's just your life and that's just who you hang out with.
That's equally off-putting to me. If you have average-looking friends that you just won't post because you're trying to present this beautiful world, that's equally off-putting.
That's what, no, you're not, no, that's what I'm saying. If you have average friends that you don't post, that is jacked up. If you just have hot friends, then that's all you can post.
I do think there are men who believe, I think I understand what Bert is saying, because I've been on like vacations and I've jokingly said to like a group of really beautiful women, like, "Oh, so I just don't do ugly friends, huh?" And they'll kind of laugh as if maybe there's this unsaid thing where you would prefer that all of you, the women in your friend group are just like a certain level of hot because it adds, I guess, to the ambiance of the friend group.
Let me get a phone number out if you guys want to get in on this, because I might be way off base here, but I do find it off-putting. 1-855-BERT-SHOW.
What does it say?
That they're very superficial.
But why are hot people superficial?
And they only because there is literally no average. They have no average-looking friends at all. It almost says to me that either you're consciously or subconsciously trying to surround yourself with really beautiful people, and it feels fake to me.
So you feel like if you organically make friends, typically at least 1 out of the 5 are not going to be.
It doesn't feel real to me if there's nobody in the picture that doesn't look like a regular person and they're all super hot. If that's what you're doing with your social media, at least for me, I find it off-putting. I don't find it genuine at all.
I like that y'all are like, oh, they're like Pokemon. You got to catch the Fuggo female for you to be legit.
Don't say y'all.
I think
This is tokenism, okay?
I think it can come down to sometimes too, though, like similar values. So if you think of like, I'm going to be very stereotypical and generic here, a Southern sorority, right? And everyone's all dressed up and looking super beautiful and cute. Like that's how they meet their friends. So that's who they hang out with. Like you wouldn't judge someone who's normal looking for only having normal looking friends or not a super hot friend. And they may be, Botox.
I would actually.
Would you?
If there are normal looking women and they surround themselves with normal looking women, I would find that as a turn on.
Yeah, but I'm saying we wouldn't look and be like, oh, you don't have any hot friends. Like, I'm judging you for being judgy of hot people. I think it's like also there are interests, like to be stereotypically super hot, like what you think of in the magazines. You're usually like into the gym. You may do Botox. You may do cosmetic procedures. You're probably going to get your nails done. You may get hair extensions. And I'm not saying you have to do those things, but that also costs a lot of money. And some people are interested in that and some aren't. Some are middle of the road. But I'm saying like, you may just have a group of friends who are all really into the same thing. And you have a shared background and shared interests. And that's why you're all friends.
Yeah, I think like just attracts like with the sorority thing. Like I joined a sorority where a lot of people just kind of looked like me, but that's because we were all had similar interests or came from similar backgrounds, and you're just naturally drawn to those type of people.
Good morning, Brittany. You're part of the Bert Show. Hi.
Hi. I thought the exact same thing you did. Like as soon as you said that, superficial, it's just seemingly like it's a little much. It is off-putting. Like there's no group. I don't know any super hot girls that hang out in groups of like 10 and 20. Seems weird.
All right.
Y'all be nice.
For the
it's
record,
hard for
Brittany's-
hot people.
Yeah, I know. I can't possibly understand your plight.
No, the struggle is real.
Annabelle, good morning. You're on the Bert Show.
Hi. So I think that I would consider myself an average looking person. And if there are hot people around, I'm not going out of my way to try to be friends with them. Like I'm kind of intimidated. So I think some of it can come down to insecurity. And like if you don't think of yourself as hot, then you don't gravitate towards hot people.
So now it's not the hot person's fault because the normies are intimidated and don't want to be their friends.
Oh, that could be it too. The normies.
The normies.
Justice for hot people. They're misunderstood.
The Bert Show.